What is it? Aalon?
Alon.
Alon. I'm sorry.
Like I always tell people, it's okay. I tell people it's like you're mowing a lawn. That's like the best
I
thing I
will
can come
not
up with.
forget it now. That's it. Like that, dude. You locked it in. I like
Yeah.
it. That's awesome. So, Alon Cruz, if you could give a quick introduction of who you are, where people can find you, and if you got the gym and stuff like that, kind of plug yourself
hmm
real quick.
Yeah. I live in Tampa, Florida. Uh, I'm a retired professional fighter. I fought for the UFC, for Bellator. I got signed to the Contender Series. Um, I'm currently working at a gym, collective jiu-jitsu and MMA. I got some other things I'm working on as well. So be stay tuned for that. And I have I'm a new father. So like I have a daughter. She's gonna be one on the 6th of July. So I'm super stoked for that.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank
That's
you.
huge, man. That's really
Yeah.
big.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. What? How old are you?
I am 35. I'll be 36 this year.
This your first kid?
First kid.
Um, man, would that feel like?
Well, obviously it was scary at first. uh, just having to keep this other being alive aside from myself. And but it's been awesome. I mean, it's tough at times, obviously, but it's nothing in comparison to like not having her here.
Right. Tell me this, man. Did you ever wake up in the middle of the night and just freak out and want to make sure that she's still breathing? Like you
Oh,
just you look and you're like, I'm doing it with a flashlight because I keep it real dark. So I'll
yeah.
have like the flashlight like click. Okay, she's still breathing. Like,
No,
because
one.
I also
Yeah.
just had a daughter. She's 6 months on the third.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I know how big it is, dude. I'm 41 and I'm starting over. I have grown
hmm
kids as well, and I don't
Oh, okay.
remember being so worried back then. At 18, I was
Yeah, because you weren't
invincible.
concerned about it.
Yeah, I was invincible. Everything else around me, my people are invincible. It's like we're good, And now I have so much perspective of mortality. We're so fragile for being so
hmm
tough. But yeah, that's exciting, man. So when growing up, like if we'll just kind of breeze through a little bit on here. We're both kind of short on time, which is totally okay. I am curious if maybe one day we can revisit a longer, more
Of
in-depth
course, of
conversation.
course.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So, in your early years, where were you born? Did you have your parents around with you? Stuff like that.
Yeah. So I was born in Bradenton Hospital. If I want to get specific. But I grew up in Parrish, Florida. It's like a little 1 mile town. Um, Anybody that lives in Florida, if you know where the Ellington Outlet Mall is, it's like 10 to 15 minutes from there, Manatee County. But I've been going to school in Tampa from first grade my entire life. And then I moved up. I was on a special assignment, and when I got to middle school, you can't be on special assignment. You have to be in the school district. So then I moved up here, and it was me and my mom. Yeah, my dad was never. I mean, I never even seen him or met him at all. So, um, yeah, it was just me and mom from day one. And I played baseball when I was age 6, and that's what I thought I was going to do, is play like in the MLB as a like professional athlete. It just deviated courses and went to a different route. And it's actually funny because
Hold on. That's like very non-physical sport versus like a very
yeah,
physical sport. So yeah, I'd say that the path definitely deviated a little bit, but you went pro on it. So that's you had your mindset on
hmm
putting your stamp on something, whatever it was going to be. Yeah, but I
yeah.
interrupted you. Why?
No, no, you're good. I was gonna say that it's funny because when I tried out for my high school team, I was very good, but I had a bunch of my friends that were there. They were also very good, and I was like getting into skateboarding at the time. So I would blow off practice. I wasn't like training and like trying to be in shape anymore but I was good at baseball, like technically. And we did like the tryouts for high school, and the first thing he made us do was pole sprints from third base to first base poles, and I threw up, and I was not in shape, and I got cut that first day. I never threw a ball or hit a ball or anything.
Oh no.
Yeah, never got to show a skill. And so my friend was like, "Hey, you want to try wrestling?" I was like, they wear tights and like touch each other, they touch each other and stuff. and and he's like, "No, no, it's not like that." And I was like, "All right." And
It's
then
not like that.
yeah,
You did have to wear a unitard though, didn't you?
we wore the singlet. We wore
So
the
you
singlet.
did have to wear the ties though.
We did,
It's like,
we
so it's a
did.
little like that, you
It's
liar,
a
you
little,
know?
it's a little like that. But I fell in love with it. And to stay in shape in between wrestling seasons, because at the time there was no like wrestling club, caveman wrestling didn't exist, so like it was literally wrestling season a whole year, and then wrestling season. So I told my mom put me in a martial arts gym, specifically like an MMA gym or something like that, just to stay in shape. And I fell in love with it, striking, grappling. So I was doing that and wrestling in high school. And so I was like 15, and that was kind of the beginning of that whole thing. And then, one of my goals, obviously, which is every kid's goal, playing baseball or any sport, was to make it on ESPN and make it on the top 10. And I did it through the contender series, and that was my way to check those off the bucket list.
Man, that's really cool. So when you're wrestling, so I did some, well, it was karate classes, but my stepdad was in taekwondo, and taekwondo is a very good base fighting style to
Oh
translate
yeah.
into so many other things. Do you how much do you think the wrestling translated into the UFC side of it, or just the whole path of MMA?
hmm Yeah, I think it was a huge part. I was literally just talking to a couple of my students today. I really think having a grappling base is like one of the best things you can have before striking. Look at Ilya Taporia, right? He's a grappler and a wrestler, and then became very good at striking. Charles Oliveira too, world class grappler. His striking is very good because what it is, when you're a good grappler or wrestler, you want to learn striking. Like you like to learn striking. Whereas strikers, they learn the grappling and the wrestling out of necessity. They don't want to get taken down because they want to do the striking.
Yeah,
Whereas
I
grapplers
want
are
to
the
shift
opposite.
a bit, right?
hmm
It's almost like it's because I know how to hit first. I want to hit. I
Correct.
don't like this hugging crap. I don't
Yeah.
want to hug.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to hit somebody and knock them down. Versus you're grappling and you can't hit in wrestling. You're not
You're
allowed to.
controlling.
So
Controlling.
yeah, so you're thriving for that extra step. Like, oh, if I was able to grab them and do that,
Yes.
dude, it would have been
Yep.
over. And so I could see where the want would come out of a wrestler to want to learn how to strike more than a striker wanting to learn how to
hmm
grapple. Versus out of necessity on that. I think that
It
that's
and
smart.
it also just kind of like flows. Like since I was already wrestling, when I went into the grappling, it directly translates. I mean, yeah, it's like aside from wrestling, you don't want to be on your back ever, so that was kind of weird getting used to.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, like also wrestling is very hard mentally because you're building up conditioning, but you're also building up mental toughness. And if you don't have some type of sport that's able to push you mentally, then you're even behind because like that grind, the grind hard, whether you're tired, helped me when I went into fighting in general.
When or if somebody wanted to get into it, I mean, man, coming from you, you would give a good perspective on this. If somebody really wanted to start this, would you say a good start would be wrestling first to get like the fundamentals of grappling, but
Hmm.
also knowing that sometimes the mentality of a striker going to wrestling, they might not absorb it as much as would you say it's very important that you need wrestling and it would be a good foundation before moving forward and going all the way into like MMA and striking in that way?
hmm I'd say it depends. Like, give me an age range, right? If it's a young kid and they're in high school, middle school, wrestle, get into wrestling. If you're an adult, you're in your 20s, I think most gyms are pretty good at being able to mix up grappling with strikes. You could be doing both at the same time
Got it.
and you'll still progress. But if you're a kid, wrestling, get into wrestling and then start doing jujitsu, and then you can work towards the striking later on.
Yeah, jujitsu is very much so ground game too. That's a lot of grappling, but they do throw some strikes in there, you know.
hmm
So I guess that's like a very small taste of the other side. Like trick, I can see that's a good step up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, that's cool. Um, well, in your you were doing the baseball. How were you in school? Like in class and stuff. What kind of grades were you getting?
hmm like I say, one through first grade, or first grade through fifth grade, straight A's, Prince Honor Roll, nothing crazy. And then
That's
middle
pretty
school
good.
was like,
Yeah, honor roll. That's good, man.
yeah, it was pretty easy. But then when I got to middle school, I think just because I was getting into like skateboarding and like other things, like I don't know, I hate homework and I just don't have like the best attention span. I was always doing three different sports at the same time as well, and oh,
Can you hear me now?
Dude, just
Can you hear me still?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um. Yeah. So like I say that's where my you know it depends on what um subject I was doing. So like I love history. So like history classes, ace, science classes are fun. I hate math. Can't say that. Oh, English composition. Anything to do with English, ace. Um. Yeah, that was kind of like the mixture of like what my classes were like as far as like my grades. So like I wouldn't say I was like failing, but I definitely wasn't like straight A's or even high B's. Probably like somewhere in between the middle.
Riding the pine. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
When you were getting into the skateboarding thing, if you want to plug in and go, yeah, try it out.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, please, that's okay.
there we go.
That I can hear you better now too.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So when you're getting into the skateboarding thing, I mean, was that like the stoner crowd? That's what I called them.
Mm,
They were like the skater stoners, you know.
hmm
So were you getting into like trouble at all? Were you trying to stay out of trouble? Were you getting into trouble not getting caught? Like what were you guys doing after school?
No, it was just like me and my friends. We used to play like Dungeons and Dragons. We would read Shonen Jump,
Love it. Excellent.
anime and stuff. Like it was very like no drugs, no alcohol. It was just we liked the skateboard and we would skate to. There was actually a store. It was a U Save, and it was like a few miles away. And we'd skate over there. We buy some Fagos and some like snacks, and we go hang out at like just different parks and stuff, and hang out with friends. But nothing like getting into like trouble or anything. We go. There's a place over here called the Spot, the skate park of Tampa. We go there. Do the verts, do the street courses. That's really about it. Nothing nefarious for us.
When high school comes along, what were the things that you were doing in there? Like were you still juggling three sports? And then when did you really start moving into like pushing out the other sports and solely concentrating on
hmm
MMA and stuff like that?
Well, I think once I actually got to high school, by that point, or once I didn't make it on the baseball team, then it was just wrestling and martial arts. So that was like from sophomore year all the way through the rest of school. It was just martial arts and wrestling.
Got it.
So, but before that, I was playing soccer, street hockey, basketball, baseball. like you name it. Any sport I could get into, I was playing it. And then it really solidified, like I said, down to wrestling and martial arts once I hit high school.
Do you think that those activities, those after school activities, just piling your life full of purpose, good purpose, do you think that that's what kept you out of trouble?
For sure, because um, I never wasn't training. Like there was never a time, pretty much from like 15 on till I retired, that I was just training every day. That's all I did. I would, go hang out with friends and stuff, but like I would have my gallon of water with me. I was telling like, hey, I got to train in the morning. Um, I started fighting amateur when I was 20, but before that, I was doing grappling tournaments. So I was always getting ready for a grappling tournament. And then when I started fighting, then it was even more. It was like I'm in the gym 24/7. There's no time to get in trouble.
Did you? I can't remember if you have, and I wasn't. I don't think I was a part then. Have you ever fought for us for Vigilant?
No, I don't. Vigilant wasn't really around when
Yeah.
I was on the regional scene or anything.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I was just curious on how you and Brandon connected.
So Brandon, we used to be teammates a long time ago.
When he
Obviously,
was a straight bad, like dude,
yes,
he was getting there, man.
yeah. Brandon was awesome, man. And this is back at old. This is back when I was with Gracie Tampa South. We were inside of a. It was called Choice Fitness, and the back room had Gracie Tampa South. They had a full size boxing ring where we would train with our striking coach, and that's where I met Brandon. And we were all just like fighters. We were just training and stuff. And obviously, then he had the accident, and I mean, that's how long I've known. So basically, I've known him since I was like 18.
That's a long time. How did you
Yeah.
keep? Which I know you say you were training and stuff like that, and I mean, just knowing Brandon, I know what kind of a good dude he is.
The best.
Can only kind of assume that your friends were similar, if they were into the life, because like he was in the life, man. He was doing, not the best things a lot of the time.
Hmm.
So friends of yours as well that was just into different things that you were that could have pushed you off that path. Other than just saying, "Hey, man, like I'm training, tomorrow and stuff." How did that lack of peer pressure, or did they try to peer pressure? Were they
Hmm.
supportive of you not partaking in the illicit funds and stuff like that?
Yeah. It's
How'd you
probably a
just I
mixture.
guess really how'd you intermingle with
Yeah.
people that were kind of straying out,
Yeah.
stuff like that?
I just like my group of friends, like they understood like I was gonna be at the whatever. If we had a party or a get together, I'm probably gonna bring my food, my own food. I'm gonna have my gallon of water because they understand that I'm training and I'm getting ready for fights, and it's not an issue. The times that like I would party with them if I didn't have a fight coming up, and then I got a little tipsy or buzz, whatever. They're all like, "Oh my god, Alon's drinking."
Yeah, this dude's doing it,
Yeah,
man. Like
yeah.
that's so rare.
So they would get super hyped, but it was very rare. I mean, like there aren't a lot of times that like when we did have a get together that I wasn't in fight camp or something. But they were all very supportive, very supportive. All my friends were like, "Yeah, he's got a fight coming up." We met new people. They try to introduce me as a fighter. I'm like, "Don't say that."
Right, because people try and push and challenge. You got a lot of guys out there peacocking all the time, man.
Well, even not just that, it's like I don't want them to like me or feel like I'm cool because they know I'm a fighter off the bat. I'd rather just like be cool with you. We can become friends just off of like how we are naturally.
Yeah.
And then if you find I'm a fighter later and then you want to be cool or whatever, you want to like fan out, then it's fine because we were already like cool. So that's why I tell people like, don't tell them I fight. Like, don't let them know anything I do.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, I lost you. Can you hear me, Andrew? I lost you. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I got you.
Dude, it's storming really, really, really
Oh, is it
bad
really?
outside right now. Yeah, the power went out, so my Wi-Fi went out. I had to kick on the data.
Okay.
Hopefully, we can keep it for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Man, I totally lost my train of thought of what I was saying on there. I was gonna ask you. So when you actually partook and got a little tipsy, what type
hmm
of personality were you when you were drinking?
I'm the happy-go-lucky. I'm very touchy-feely. I'm hugging everybody. I'm like, that's why I think that's why they like it when I got like that. It's like, oh, Ron, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And like hugging, and we're just like, woo! Like I'm not I was never an angry drinker, or like I wouldn't get weird or anything. Like I'm just super happy and I'm having fun, and that's it.
That's cool. Me too on that. Like I fought, but only because like my friends they were all violent, man. We were known for
Mm,
fighting, getting drunk and fighting, but I never fought somebody like really out of anger. For the
right.
most part, it was either out of self defense or like we got together and a group of friends wanted to fight another group of people, and I'm telling you, dude. And this is in like a really suburb type area, so
Yeah.
we would pull off into neighborhoods like 3 cars for us, 3 cars for them. Just pull off, all jump out, dude. Just scrap in the middle of the street and then just take off. But
Y'all are
I always
crazy.
did it.
I never been in a street
Yeah,
fight.
I always did it with happiness. So I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
Get out there and scrap with people.
that's so funny.
And doing it drunk. But yeah. So, in the high school, you're getting into it. What was your very first like break where you knew this is the path that's leading me to success, to the limelight?
Um, so I was wrestling and stuff in high school, right? And then I was doing the martial arts, and I had my first grappling tournament when I was like 17 or 16. And then I actually didn't have my first. I actually didn't plan on fighting. My old coach Matt Arroyo, he used to keep telling me when I was like 18, he's like, "Yo," I was going to the community college. He was like, "When are you gonna drop out of school and just start fighting?" But the thing is, in Florida at the time, there was no amateur fighting. It wasn't a thing. So you either went pro or you didn't fight. And I told him I will go pro once I get my purple belt, or if you can find amateur fights out of state, I'll fight as a blue belt because I was currently a blue belt. And I think like 2 years later, he came up to me. I hadn't been like in the gym as much as I usually was, but one of my friends, Josh, actually we were the first two amateur fighters out of Gracie Tampa South, and he said I just asked Josh if he wanted to fight. There's a fight in 5.5 weeks in Tennessee. Do you want to do it? And I was like, sure. And then I remember I was at home in my bed that night and I was like freaking out. I was like, what did I just agree to? I'm gonna fight somebody like in Tennessee, like in a cage. And and then once I fought and then I won, like then I was hooked. I was addicted. Like there was no like after that, like that's what I wanted to do. There was no plan B. Like there's never been a plan B for me. It's always been UFC or nothing. I couldn't hear what you're saying. Oh, round three TKO. I took his I actually did I take his back? I mounted him, and then I was doing ground and pound from the mount. He turned over, gave up his back. I threw my hooks in, and I just kept punching him until the ref stopped it. And that was it. And he was actually 3-2, I think, as an amateur. And he was like a contender already for the title. Like, if he won that fight, he would have fought for the title. And I dominated him for 3 rounds. And then the second fight that I fought out there in the same promotion, I TKO'd the guy in the second round, and then I fought once more for them, and finished the fight by Von Flu choke in the first round. I'm sorry. I'm not. I can't hear. I can hear you, but it's all like choppy. It's like right now, like your screen is just frozen. I just can't. I can't hear. I can't understand what you're saying. Ah,
There we
there you
go.
are.
I got Wi-Fi back on too.
Okay.
So, well, I wanted to get a little bit more into life and stuff like
Hmm.
that, but I'll kind of like fast pace the end of the questions
Okay.
so we can, this storm is killing me. Plus,
It's all good, man. You can't control it.
yeah, no worries. All right, so uh, the third round domination, second one you put him in a some kind of choke. I couldn't get the name.
So first fight, third round TKO. Second fight, second round TKO. Third fight, I fought that kid's coach, and
Oh,
I Von Flue choked him in the first round.
oh, that's okay. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I heard. All right, that part. Yeah, I was trying. Man, that's insane, dude. He's like, oh, you gonna beat my fighter?
Yeah,
I'm gonna show
literally.
you. I taught this dude. And
Yeah. He was talking trash the whole camp, and I was like, all right.
yeah. Are you're one of the people who reserve themselves from talking too much? You let
Yeah,
people
I don't talk trash. I I would just let my talking happen in the cage. I've had people say things to me at the weigh-ins and before the fight, and I just literally just don't say anything because it's like, dude, we're gonna be in the cage tomorrow or in a few
right.
weeks or whatever. Say your stuff then, and
Dude,
it never really played out for them.
it gets intense too when we're doing like photos for the weigh-ins at the vigilant shows, man.
Hmm.
Some of these guys, dude, they are like intense, and I don't understand when they're like doing, they're posing,
Yeah.
and can't you just step aside a little? Why does your elbow have to be
Oh,
in
I have
front
to
of your
block this guy.
elbow? Dude, right? It's like it's petty. It's so funny though to watch them get so aggressive with that. It
Hmm.
really is.
Well, I'll tell you what. The stare down at the weigh-ins, that's one of the best parts because then it becomes like really real. Like they're in front of you and you get to stare down. That's a fun time. And then if you're like the main event or you're fighting for a title and they get to do the stare down in the middle in the cage,
Yeah.
my favorite part. That's like hands down favorite part. Stare down in the middle of the cage. Like I want to look through your soul.
I wonder if that might explain why, at least because it's on the amateur side that we're at right now. But I wonder if that's why a lot of people drop out after the weigh-ins. We always thought that it's just because they like to get their pictures taken
Yeah.
posed as the fighters, and then
Yeah.
they drop. But I wonder if they get stared down so hard, dude, that they just crumble inside, and you're like, I'm not gonna be able to win. I don't want to, and they get
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah. I could see
One
that
way or
too.
the other, they're scared. That's for sure.
That's
Um,
funny.
so, when did you meet your? Are you married?
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
When
Yep.
did you meet your wife? How old were you?
So we were both 19. This is back in 2009. And so she's been there like from the beginning, like first amateur fight all the way up until now. We have our child together. I think that's also like when I said like how I was always busy and it kept me from getting into trouble and stuff. I was also like in a relationship with a girl who's not crazy and doesn't do all that stuff either. So like I wasn't out there like chasing girls, you know, and you have to be in bars and stuff like that to do those type of things, right? So like I've never had to really be in those situations. So I think that kept me more on the straight and narrow as well, having her on my side.
Hey, everybody, listen to that one. Just telling you, okay. For the most part, behind every great man is a really good woman, and she gives us direction. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's very good for a person to find that balance, because we can stray. Um, yeah, that's cool, man. 19, dude. That's a really long time to be with her.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Really
Yeah.
is. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
So what was the what was the moment that you decided you're done when you were retiring? What was the thought that was like,
Hmm.
okay, I'm just not stepping back in the ring again because what?
It was actually after Bellator released me, so they got bought out by the PFL, and they were kind of like just keeping the people that they really wanted to keep. And I was only 1-1 with the promotion, and I was a fairly new signing. So I had fought in April and I won, and then I took another fight in August for them because they had asked me if I wanted to fight this kid Alfie, who he was in the former top 10. So I was like, yeah, it's a good fight, and then it'll give us some like a rapport with them. So next time we can like choose a matchup later on, whatever. But I lost that by decision. And then after that is when I got my walking papers because, like I said, they got bought out. They were getting rid of people. And I remember talking to my agent, and I'm like, man, I know what the road to get back to another major promotion is. And I'd have to fight on the regional scene for another 2 or 3 fights to get, and they have to all be finishes probably to get back into either the UFC or to get to PFL or ONE FC. Because I already did the regional thing twice. Because the regional to get to the UFC the first time, and then when the UFC released me, I fought for Fury twice. My goal was to get back to UFC, but Fury didn't give me enough fights that I needed, and so we broke our contract with them. Well, we didn't break it; they broke it by not giving me the fights I needed, and so we just went to Bellator because I was tired of like doing multiple camps and people pulling out, or they couldn't find people for me to fight. Everybody kept turning me down, so I was like, let's just start making some money and let's go to Bellator. And I mean, I like that Bellator too. But I didn't have the juice in me to do another regional scene run to get into another organization.
Is the gym that you work at, is that your gym? Did you open up your own gym? Are you like partner, sponsor?
Yeah, so I initially went into it with a partner, but we're actually like splitting ways, pretty fairly new. So I
Oh
am
no.
on my own thing, my own personal thing currently. So
You ever work or collab with Inferno? The Inferno gym?
mm-mm.
Okay, they're out there. I don't know if they're I think they are Tampa. That's where Malcolm Wallace, the Ronin.
I don't know.
No worries, man. It's
I'm not.
all.
I'm not like super into like the fight world currently because I'm not fighting, so I don't do anything.
Me neither. I just work for Brandon. I put the cage up, and I get to meet
Yeah,
really good people.
of
And
course.
I only know Malcolm because, dude, he was there fighting a couple times. He's
Okay,
my favorite fighter of all time. Other than
nice.
Second Chance, dude. Second Chance is like way up there with me.
Yeah,
But that's the only reason why I know them. But Inferno, man, they live in the gym. They literally
yeah.
they bought the strip mall and they turned half of it into their home and then half of it into the gym. So they
Oh,
literally live in the gym, man, and
that's dope.
out hardcore fighters.
Really.
Yeah, I can't remember what his dad was. One of his nicknames was Murder, though. He was a tough guy, man. He's retired right now too, but
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So you're moving on to the things. Is that kind of what you meant when you were saying new things are coming up that people need to stay
Yeah.
tuned to? This
Yeah.
would be part of your whatever whenever you
It would still be. It's
diversify.
still be in the Tampa Bay area.
Cool. And at this time, or when that happens, this is going to be your own thing.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. It would be my own thing.
Dude, congrats on that too, man. I
Thank you.
really hope that works out. I think that somebody in your stature, somebody with your personality, man, you seem like a really good instructor, a good would it be instructor, sensei, coach? What
I just let the guys call me coach. One of them was like, "Hey, do you go by master?" I'm like, no, no, no master. Just
I didn't even
call me
think of the
coach, man. Call me
mastermind
coach.
actually. Oh, you know what? You can master Aalon. All you gotta do, you gotta know how to mow him.
Yeah,
You can master Aalon. That would be
nah, that's not my style.
yeah. I don't think that status that word it just feels not right. For sure.
Yeah.
Um, all right, man. If we could, we'll end it with like a plug for yourself, man. Any upcoming events, any upcoming fighters you want to say,
Hmm.
what's up to, and for everybody to watch out for, please do so, man.
Yeah. Man, I don't really have a lot going on now that I'm in this like transitionary space right now. You can follow me on Alon Cruz on everything. So AALONCRUZ, uh, Twitter or X, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. It's all just my name because luckily nobody else has my name.
As well. Do you have a YouTube?
I have a YouTube. It's also my name as well. You
Okay.
can actually check out. I have a couple vlog series on there for like my UFC debut, done by my boy Moses. Very well done. It's like embedded, but like on crack. And then two more for my Fury fights. My boy Jacob Cease with New Life Studios did that very well done as well. So you can check out some of that stuff. And I'm gonna be posting some stuff on there as well in the future, like some technique videos and maybe mindset stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me.
Cool, man. I appreciate again your time on here. Sorry for all the technical difficulties
Nah,
that we
dude, you're
had.
good. Thanks for having me on. I had a good time.
Dude, I really I did too, man. I like how I'm trying to structure it more of a conversation, some back and forth. I do want you to put more of your perspective on it. We like to kind of we want to know who you are outside the
Hmm.
cage,
Hmm.
the family man, where you grow up from. Just curious too. You religious?
Uh, yes. I may have my Jesus cross on me. My grandma gave me, but and I like I don't want to say religious, but like I talk to God directly, right? Like I don't go to church, but when I need to talk, I just talk. I just talk to him, right? Or Jesus, right?
If you were going to claim a religion, would it be Catholic,
I'm
Christian?
Catholic.
It would be Catholic.
Hmm.
I just when you say grandma, I was like, I bet you it's Catholic. If it's
Yeah.
grandma,
Oh yeah. It's got the crucifixion on there,
for sure.
so I'll never take it off.
My wife, I was reading this book. It's the Meditations of I think Marcus
Yeah,
Aurelius,
Marcus Rose. Yeah.
and he talks about getting piety from your grandmother, and it usually does come from it comes from grandma to mom to kid, and it usually does, and I just I like it when I hear somebody get that stance on with grandma. It's like, dude,
Hmm.
that's embedded in you. Then it won't ever leave. You might not be a hardcore one way or the other, but
Right.
it will always be there.
Yeah. No, and she's passed away too. So this is like my connection to her.
Sorry for your loss on that, man.
Yeah. No, thank
Hate
you.
losing people for sure. Well, yeah. One last time, man. I want to thank you, everybody on here. Please go follow, support this man. If you guys are in the area, in the Tampa area, I would very highly suggest watching what's happening. And if it sounds like he is, when he opens a new gym under his guidance, you
Yes.
should jump on it. Be early in there, man, for sure. It's
Yeah.
only
Come
going
on
to take
by.
a
Hit
couple
me up
hours. So yeah, all right, man. Thank you, and we'll talk, outside and see if we can't set something up in
for
the
sure.
future.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right, see ya.
Peace.
everybody. Thank you so much. I was waiting for it to load him off there. Let's see here. I'm just messing stuff up. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna end it. Thanks everybody for being on here.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right.